They're going to see it. It's going to be undeniable. You're not going to be able to turn away from it, turn the blind eye towards it, or whatever the case. What's going on, family? Y'all doing all right? Y'all trying to take a flyer for us? Or just YouTube trying to go into our history about who we are? All right, y'all God's chosen people, family. That's right, that's right. We're the Israelites, family. Y'all be safe when you're down here. So, read that again.
Wisdom of Psalms chapter 5 verse 3.
Bring it out.
They repented and groaning for anguish of spirit to say within themselves. This was he, when he had sometimes in the rich,
right?
In a proverb of reproach.
Right, said a proverb of reproach. Meaning, look, all they doing out there yelling. There they go yelling again. Man, those I got God, I got somebody to eat. All the things that they gainsay against the children of the Most High. They come out and do the work of the Lord. Even those that they gainsay against that's not on the highways and byways, to understand and know and keeping these commandments to the best of their ability. Obviously, they got that parking around your shirt.
See that?
You gotta be in the crib. I know I ain't even gonna call you. I know you can't come outside. You know you gotta stay in the house all day. All those different things. And that day is gonna be understood. You understand who God's chosen people are. And it's gonna be undeniable. You understand? And we don't. Verse 4. These other nations gonna know for a fact as well too. Right? They gonna know for a fact, man. And they gonna be no here or there or this or that. It's gonna be understood 100%. To a T. Go ahead. Verse 4.
It says, we fools account his life madness.
Ain't that fuck, man? All he's doing is going out there. What's going on, King? I got 1 minute for one scripture.
Not today, man.
All right, can you take a flyer then for me, King?
Say what?
Try to take a flyer then instead.
I got you.
So YouTube channel going into our history about who we are, all right?
Right.
You're an Israelite, King. Be safe while you're down here. These different things, right? It's gonna be understood. It's gonna be coming out. These things gonna happen, right? And nobody gonna be able to say nothing, say anything to us, right?
Verse 4, it says, we fools account his life madness.
Right? Like I said, they talking about this and that, all this. Dang, man, they out there doing this, doing that, all this stuff. We know what they say about this. Brothers, what happened, whatever the case may be. Right? Read.
In his life. We fools account his life madness. In his end to be without honor.
Right? They think these do a lot of the things that we do. Right? What's going on, King? Try to take a flyer for us? This is YouTube trying to go into our history. Right? They account stuff like this madness. They accounted for dark. They say what we do. They think what we do don't matter. How many times we try to have Jake come up here and tell us what we need to do?
Right.
What we should do. Right? What's going on, King? Right, you trying to take a flyer for us? Just YouTube trying to go into our history about who we are. You believe in God? You believe in God?
Absolutely.
You know who
we are. Black men. I believe we as black men need to protect ourselves. Offset toxicity.
we with you 100%. We with you 100%. Take this flyer, King. It's just a YouTube channel, like I said, warning about who we are, taking a deep dive into the scriptures and uncovering, right, our nationality and what God told us. All right, King, you're an Israelite. You God's chosen people, brother, all right? Say why you down here. Go ahead.
Come on. We know in verse number 6.
Take the flyer, King. Take the flyer.
How is he numbered among the children of God? And his light is among the saints.
Right, I said, how is he numbered among the children of God? How are they the God's children? Where how is he numbered amongst them? Right? You trying to tell me all the fun that I was having in the world, and he the one I gave one boy a ticket. I gave one boy a Baconator one time. He's homeless. I gave him a Baconator. I helped out. I looked out for grandma. You feel me? I did this. I did that. Esau, you already know the type of things that they come with, and they try to say it. But guess what? But the thing that matters most is what? Obviously believing in the Most High God and His Son, but keeping these laws and commandments to the best of your ability. Right? But faith without works is dead. Having that true relationship with the Most High God. Everybody think they got a relationship with the Most High. Everybody. How many times we heard somebody say that? I got a relationship with God. Or I talk to him all the time. Talk to who? Where? What's his name? What he like? What he tell our people not to do and what to do?
Good question.
He can't tell us none of these things.
Right.
Go to Ezekiel chapter 33, 31.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Ezekiel chapter 31.
Verse 33.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse number 31.
Bring it out.
And it reads thus. And they come unto thee as the people coming, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words.
What's going on, family?
That's the brother. Move your car. That's the brother. Move your car.
This is YouTube channel going into our history. Y'all some people, man. All right? Y'all be safe while you're down here. Y'all be safe while you're down here too, all right, man?
Sir, stay black. What's up?
We the Israelites, brother, all right? God's chosen people, King. What's going on, brother? You a flyer, King? Huh? Can I give you a flyer? Just a YouTube channel going into our history about who we are, according to what God said. All right, you God's chosen people, brother. We the Israelites, all right? Yes, sir. Y'all too, up there in the front, family. Y'all God's chosen people. Come on, let me real fast. I know y'all doing y'all thing. I ain't gonna keep you too long. Can I ask you a real quick question? You see yourself on the screen? Anywhere? Your nationality, what the world will refer to y'all as? What you really see yourself in?
Puerto Rican.
What about you, sister? Okay, so what about you, King? I see you came back. Where you see what the world will call? All right, cool. So the thing is, this is what the world, this is what society calls us. Puerto Rican, African American, black, so on and so forth. Right, but obviously y'all believe in God, right? I'm assuming, right? I believe in God. Shouldn't it matter about what the Most High God called us more than what man called us? Right, so what we try to do is we try to come out here and explain to our people what God called us. You know what I'm saying? Because so many times we get lied to. All right, what's your nationality? What would you say your ethnicity is? African American, what about you? You said, huh? Oh, Senegal? From Senegal, okay, cool. Right, so check this out. With that being said, who made up the term African American?
Good question.
American, right. What about Puerto Rican? Spaniards, that's right. The Spaniards and Europeans are same thing, essentially. Right, but the point is, these terms were given to us. Even Senegal, these terms were given to us as a people. We wasn't walking around calling ourselves that before colonization. Right, before slavery, so on and so forth. The conquistadors the ones that called out these different terms, like Puerto Rican, which means Port of Riches. Because when they came and grabbed y'all, the seas those y'all was at. Port of Riches. Right, the land was very fruitful. So they say this is the Port of Riches. And now guess what? A couple hundred years later, our brothers walking around calling themselves Puerto Rican. Even though before then y'all was calling themselves different, African American. Right? That's the last name of two black men, or two so-called white men. Dios Africanus, he conquered the land of Africa, which originally was called him, and then he named it after himself.
Right.
And then this land is called what? America. It was named after a man named Amerigo Vespucci. He mapped out the land, and so they named it after him. That's literally verbatim why this land is called America. So when we call ourselves African American, we call ourselves the last name of two white men.
Right.
Do we come from two white men? No. You see what I'm saying? So, but that was the term that was given to us. Even if we say, all right, well, we black. We black. Brother,
That's what I'm gonna say.
you dark. But you're not black.
Right.
Right? But you see how we think, though. We say, nah, I'm black. You black and we proud, right? Let me ask you a question. Are you the same color as that shirt? Nah, right? You're not. What about those shoes you got on? Are you the same color as the shoes?
About his hair.
Nah. Are you, right? You're one of yourself as a black man from time to time, I'm sure. Right? Are you the same color as the shoes? Right, so why do we call ourselves black? That's a color.
Right.
Speak the language black. You can't speak the language black. Because there's no heritage in being black. Right? What about a landmass called black? Is there a landmass called black? Nah. So why do we walk around calling ourselves these bywords that are oppressive agents? The oppressors call us black, colored, Negro, Puerto Rican, right? African American. These are terms that was given us. But what did I say at the beginning? It's not about what man called it. It's about what? It's about what God called it.
Right.
So now we're going to go into the scriptures, one verse, to show y'all what God called it. Do that for y'all. One scripture, right?
Deuteronomy 28, verse number 68.
Bring it out.
Good.
Right, I need everybody years ago when y'all was in school, probably the teacher said, put y'all thinking caps on. I need y'all to pay close attention. This is one verse, but this is one verse that can change your life, right? There, so.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
Right, it said the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt, right? I'm going to make this plain and I'm going to speed it up for you. The word Egypt goes back to the Hebrew word Montezarni, right? Which means bondage, slavery, captivity, or between two straits. Between two straits, that's an extra way of saying you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, or uncomfortable. All right? Anybody ever heard the term, I've been working like a Hebrew slave? Right, that's because the Hebrews, when they was in the land of Egypt, what was they doing? They were slaves.
Right.
Right? So Egypt is synonymous in a literal sense, by definition, to all things that are uncomfortable, like bondage, slavery, captivity. And also in the sense of what the Hebrews was doing when they was in that land. Now watch this though. Read it again from the top.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
What Egypt mean? Don't remember. Just said it 10 seconds ago. You know what Egypt means. Remember, bigger caps gotta go on. Remember, bondage, slavery, captivity. You understand? That's what the term Egypt means. Go back to the Hebrew word Mizraim or Montezarni. All right, read it one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
Bondage, slavery, captivity. How?
Again, with ships.
It said with ships. Now let me ask you a question. How did our people get to this land? By ships, right? By ships. We wasn't always on this. We're not Western people.
Right.
Right? We're Eastern Hemisphere people. Right? We're on the other side of the earth. Right? So the point becomes, all right, the Bible straight up just said that this particular people that we read about in the Bible, whose name is called the Hebrew Israelites, it said that they would go into slavery via slave ships. We fit that, right? Y'all fit that as well. Right? Y'all went into slavery on ships multiple times. A lot of people don't know that. Right? The Hispanics, right, went in 722 BC, right, 1521 AD, 1492, y'all went into slavery just like we do. But the thing is about going on ships. Alright? So with that being said, we can do it one last time. One last time.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
Bondage, slavery, captivity.
Again, with ships.
So now the question becomes, what people on the earth, did all people on the earth go into slavery on ships? What people went into slavery on ships?
That's what I was told.
Right. Our people, right? Did the East Indian man go into slavery on ships? What about the Arab man? Right, what about the so-called white man? What about Chinese men? Right, but the so-called white man, Hispanic man, Native American man did, right? So who does this have to be talking about so far? Who does it have to be talking about? Because this was a prophecy. This is Moses saying this is gonna happen. So, wouldn't that have to be talking about our ancestors? It gotta be, right? Because only a particular group of people went into slavery on ships. So it gotta be talking about a specific group of people.
Right.
Right? Would y'all say y'all fit in that category, that specific group of people? Right. We are our ancestors, essentially. Right? You came from what? Your ancestors which came over here on slavery on slave ships.
Right.
We're a product of slavery. Literally. We literally, the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American are literally products of slavery. Literally. Verbatim. So, with that being said, we're just going to finish out the verse. Right, go ahead.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt. Again with ships. By the word of, I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see no more again. And their ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So you shall be sold unto your enemies. Then we get sold to our enemies. When we got off the slave ship, just getting in detail, go ahead.
From bond man,
Slave man,
and bond woman.
slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
Right, we haven't been redeemed out of this captivity. We're still in the land where we were forced to be taken to. Right, Puerto Rico is not, unfortunately, not ran by Puerto Rico. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that the Bible is telling us happen to a particular group of people, which is our people. But what did Moses call these people? Was he talking to Puerto Rican? Did he say, hey, Puerto Rican, y'all think y'all stuck together? Did he say, hey, African Americans, y'all think y'all stuck together? The word Puerto Rican not even in the Bible.
Right, right.
African American not in the Bible. African is not in the Bible. American is not in the Bible. Black people as a nation is not in the Bible. So who is this talking about? And how do you know when it's talking about you? So what? People of Christ. Who is Moses' people? Well, yeah, you're right, but it's not. It wasn't just the Jews. Jews is just one tribe of people. Jew is a shortened version of the word Judah.
Right, right.
Right. His people was the Israelites. The Israelites was in the wilderness with him. So the point that we're telling you, King, right, is that Moses told Pharaoh, "Let my people go." His people was the Israelites. He told the Israelites that they was going to go into slavery on ships if they didn't listen to the Most High God. And our ancestors went into slavery on ships, right? So what does that mean? That means our ancestors didn't listen to the words of the Lord. That means we're a product of that. We come from them.
Right, right.
So the point is, brother, you're not Puerto Rican. You will be an Ephraimite, according to the Most High God. You are an Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim. Sister, you are an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Right? Mighty men come out of the tribe of Ephraim. You know what I'm saying? Mighty men come out of the tribe of Ephraim. So the point is, brother and sister, that God's chosen people. All right? Y'all are the actual Israelites.
Right.
Right? And we just showed y'all with one scripture, but if you need more evidence, check the YouTube out. Did you get y'all flyer? Check the YouTube out and continue to learn, because ultimately this is y'all heritage. Right? And this right here is on the back of that flyer too.
Right, right.
Right? So the point is, family, y'all God's chosen people, not the Israelites. All right? We're not Puerto Rican. We're not a port of riches. That's what your oppressor called you. And remember, what did I say at the beginning? You want to go based off of what your oppressor called you, or what man called you, or what God called you. Right? What God called you. Right? So what did God call you?
His people.
Who is his people? What did it say? I just want to hear it say Ephraim. Yeah, that's your people, brother.
Right, 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 brother.
Right, that's the tribe you come from. Right? You an Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim. So you an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? We got so many people, we got to come back to the Most High God. All right, family? Y'all be safe while you out here, all right, brother?
Y'all be good. Y'all be safe.
All right, bro.
Good,
What's going
boy.
on, King? Hey, brother. Doing all right? Try to take a flyer for us? Just YouTube channel going into our history. Not who we are in the Bible. All right, you guys show the people game like who the Israelites. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah.
You heard it all. So, what you hear about it?
I ain't trying to in the Bible.
Right. That's the that's you saying that's how it's heard about it. Right. You say those people are great.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
Read 45, then read 68.
Jumping up to verse 45.
Real fast.
Moreover, all these persons shall come upon thee.
So this is Moses. I know you know who Moses is. This is Moses speaking to his people. Who is Moses speaking to?
Well,
When he was in Egypt and he went to Pharaoh, did he say let everybody go?
no, let my people go.
Right. Who is his people? The Israelites. Right. The Israelites. Right.
It reads, Moreover, all these persons shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right. So because or if they didn't listen to the words of the Lord, things were going to happen to them.
Actually happened.
Right. So let's read one thing that actually happened. Right. Then, like I said, after that, so you can have the Jesus King.
Verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
I'm going to speed it up for you. The word Egypt goes back to the Hebrew word Montezarian, or Mizraim. It means between two straits. That's the ancient way of saying step between a rock and a hard place, or straight up bondage, slavery, captivity.
Right.
Right? It's a synonym for it. Right, so go ahead and read that one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right, it said the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Right, remember, what was the Israelites doing in Egypt? They were slavery. They said the Lord will bring you into Egypt again, not the landmass, but into that work. Read.
With ships.
He said with ships. Right? Obviously, you don't need a ship to get from Israel to Egypt.
Look, the lights on.
So it's not talking about the
Alright,
physical
of course, they're
landmass, but rather talking about what? National state. What? Slavery.
You know.
So the
And then
question
I'm
becomes,
right
Moses
here.
telling them that they have the Lord would do it with ships. What people were in the slavery on ships? There's a lot of nations on the earth. What nation of people were in the slavery on ships? You say, huh? Okay. Right? So-called Africans, right? Chiefly, specifically our people, right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Did the East Indian man go into slavery on ships? What about the Arab? What about the so-called white man? What about Chinese man? So far, they got to be talking about who? So far. Us. Right? So far, got to be talking about us. Let's finish the verse.
It reads, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold into your enemies.
They got it in there. They said you shall be sold into your enemies. Obviously, we got sold into our enemies. We got on this nation. Go ahead.
Bondmen
Slave men.
and bondwomen,
Slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
We haven't been, the word buy goes back to the word redeem. We haven't been redeemed out of this captivity. On the landmass, we was forcibly brought to.
Right.
We got a car, a house, a job, don't make you free.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the point is, all these signs are pointing to what you said, us. So who was Moses? Who ancestors was Moses talking to? Us. Right. So what would that make us? Are we African Americans? Black people? Right. That's what society refers to us as. Right? Because I mean, we wasn't calling ourselves black people. I mean, we wasn't even calling ourselves that. Like what, 200 years ago, we wasn't even before really less than that. Right? But they call us what? Colored, Negro, blacks, all type of different names. But back then, right? Moses referred to them like Israelites. Right? And those are our ancestors. So if those are our ancestors, wouldn't that make us Israelites too? So that's the point. That's all we want to say. All right, God, so you keep me safe while you're down here. Take that flyer, just YouTube channel, going more in depth into those. All right, King. All right, be safe, King. All praise to the Most High. So go back to that Wisdom Solomon 5 and start at verse 4.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 40, read,
Bring it out.
we fools accounted his life madness.
All right, that's what they're going to say in that day. They're going to say that we accounted his life madness. He was never going out. He always talking about he with the brothers. He always talking about he with the brothers. Well, with the brothers.
Right.
Right? He always talking about he with them. Right? Brother ain't never going nowhere. Brother always, every time I see the brother, he got a Bible in his hand, standing with some other brothers and some stuff around his shirt with signs and everything.
And the turban.
And reading, talking loud. Right? What is he doing? Right? My mans who used to be my mans ain't my mans no more. They got him. Right? What's going on? Can you guys show the people, bro? What's going on, family? You trying to take a flyer?
No, I'm good, fam.
All right, y'all guys show the people who the Israelites. Y'all be safe, man. Mom's talking about what happened to my son. Right? Siblings talking about, man, he don't come around no more. All these different things, but in the end, what? It's going to be worth it. See what I'm saying? And the same people that thought those different things will be the same people that's going to be saying this right here. Go ahead.
It says, we fools accounted his life madness.
Said we counted his life madness. Father, what are you doing? Read.
In his end to be with our
I
honor.
caught him out. I caught him in the tent. Knocked on the door. He opened the door. Said, "There's a big ass tent in this room, in this living room. What are you doing?
God.
What do you got going on?" Right. I came in. He in the tent in the front yard instead of the house. Right. Yo, my mother called me and said, "Yeah." Friends, FaceTime, you got a big ass tent in the background. Right? They said, what are you doing?
I would have said,
Right? But they don't understand these different things. They account that madness.
Right.
They account these different things as folly. Vanity. Go to Proverbs chapter 28 and read Proverbs 28 and I'll go 4 and hold that, right? You know?
We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be with our honor.
So it said in his end to be without honor. Right? You got the Christian church house, they said, they look at us and they say, because we don't accept Jesus as the Most High God, they say, it's looking tough for us. Right. They say we're not going to be saved. wouldn't accept Christ as the Most High God. He didn't even say he was the Most High God.
Right.
All right, what's going on, family? Y'all trying to take a flyer?
Oh, we in the work right now, bro.
All right, y'all guys show some people. All right, you an Israelite, brother. Be safe while you're down here. Appreciate it. All right.
It says, how is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot is among the saints.
Right, it says his lot is among the saints. And that's how that's what we hope in these different things. Right? We try to make our call in the list short, right? Go ahead and bring this up.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 4. They that forsake the law,
Said they that forsake the law, go ahead.
praise the wicked.
What?
Praise the wicked.
But such as keep the law, contend with them.
So it's a constant this going on, right? The wicked won't understand why we even touch it.
Right.
Right? Some people don't even know that's something you gotta do.
Right.
Right? Been in church their whole life. Don't know what tabernacle is about. Right? Yeah, the brother. What's going on, family? Y'all trying to take a flyer for us? It's just a YouTube channel going into our history. Alright? Yeah, flyer. Alright, y'all guys show some people, alright? We the Israelites, be safe. The brother, he had came up. Nah, he was a bass player. He played the bass at church. He said, man, I ain't even opened up my Bible.
Crazy.
You in church every Sunday playing the bass.
Crazy work.
But that just goes to show you different things, right? What's going on, King? Doing all right? All right, King. Love you, brother, all right? What's going on, family? You trying to get a flyer for us real quick? All right, brother. Y'all guys show some people we the Israelites, all right? Be safe while you're down here. That's right.
John. It says, but such as keep the law, contend with them.
All right, so keep the law, contend with them. What's going on, family? Are you a flyer, brother? Go ahead.
Verse 5. Evil men understand not judgment.
He said, evil men understand not judgment. Right, go ahead.
But they that seek the Lord understand all things.
They understand all things. Those that do what? It say that he who is perfect. It said that which do what? Seek the Most High God.
That's right.
Right, that's what I had. Right, Ezekiel 33 and 31. Right, it said he that seeks the Most High God. And a lot of people don't seek the Most High God. They think they are. They live in a state of illusion that they are. That's not so. Right, go ahead, please.
Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 31, and it reads,
Well, you know.
and they came unto thee as the people coming.
Right, said, read that one more time.
And they came unto thee as the people coming.
Right, they come unto me as the people coming. Go ahead.
And they sit before thee as my people.
Read.
And they hear thy words.
He said they sit before me as my people, meaning they come and they attentive and they act like this, right? How many churches be full on Sunday? Full. Right, when I was in years ago, when I was in the world, man, it was rare when you went into a church and they weren't full. Full, every pew. Hey, a church I used to go to years ago, they knocked out the back of it.
Extended
right?
it.
It used to be stairs. They knocked down the back of it to add more seating.
See that?
It used to be stairs that go up to the second floor. Right? They took out the back wall, they knocked down the back wall and opened it up so they could put more seats in there. So the Lord said, they come unto me, right, and they sit before me as my people. But go ahead.
And they sit before me as my people, and they hear thy words. But
Right, said, and they hear thy words. Everything the pastor's saying not wrong. Right? The things that he said that's not wrong, it's things when he actually reads. Right? The word is true, the word is right. The words of the Lord is right. Right? What's going on, brother? What's your nationality, if you don't mind me asking?
Say it again.
What's your nationality, your ethnicity, if you don't mind me asking? What? You believe in Christ? You believe in God? Let me ask you a question, and I'm not going to take up your time. I'm going to let y'all go. But can I ask you a question? When we read the Bible, how do we know what nation we come from in the Bible? Like, how do we decipher that?
How do we decipher?
Yeah. Like, if you read in the scripture, I'm sure you read your scriptures over the years. How do we know when this nation or that nation or this, that, or which nation is talking about our people, the so-called black man?
That's a good question.
Can I show you with one scripture? All right, one scripture, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I know y'all was doing y'all thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28, 16.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
Right, the Lord, obviously this is Moses speaking, right, to the Israelites, right? And he said, and the Lord shall bring you into Egypt. That word Egypt goes back to the Hebrew word montazari, which means bondage, slavery, or captivity, being uncomfortable, between two straits, so on and so forth. The list goes on. It's all associated with things as being uncomfortable. So let's go ahead and read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
Bondage, slavery, captivity, being uncomfortable. Read.
Again with
It
ships.
said with ships. What people went into slavery on ships?
Good question.
Right. Obviously, our people did, right? So far, who does this have to be aimed at? So far. So far, it gotta be us. They don't take the smartest man in the world to understand that, right?
Right.
So we just gonna finish the verse and then, go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt. Again with ships.
Right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And their ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Obviously, we got sold to our enemies. Go ahead.
For bondman
Right?
and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you.
Right? That word bond means redeemed because we're still in the land where we was forcibly brought to. We haven't been redeemed yet. So, we agree still, even after finishing the verse, that this is aimed at our people, right? So, who was Moses talking to? What was the name of those people he was talking to? Is he talking to the whole world?
Well, probably not at the time.
Right, so what was the specific people he was talking to when he said this? Right. So he told the Israelites that they were going to slavery on ships.
Right.
They would be sold into their enemies.
Right,
so
right.
on and so forth. So if he told that to the Israelites, what happened to our ancestors? We African American and black. Are we the Israelites? If I'm a descendant of the Israelite, I'm an Israelite. Right. Right. So these are just things that we try to give our people to think about because too many times we've been told lies. Like it's a lie calling ourselves black.
Right.
It's a lie calling ourselves African American. All these different terms. These are terms that all purchase gave to us. You know what I'm saying? So what I like to ask people is, does it matter about what God called us or what man called us? Right. So why not go about what God called us and learn the ways of what God gave to his people? Right, so this is a Flyer King. It's a YouTube channel in there, just going deeper into our history and our roots and different things of that nature. And learn what's a part of this. All right, I encourage you to, just take it out whenever you get some free time. All right, King?
I can do that.
I'll bring some most out. Be safe. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Go back to that.
Ezekiel.
Give me Isaiah chapter 29 and 13.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse number 30.
Bring it out.
2 it reads.
Bring it out.
31. And they come unto thee as the people. Come it and they sit before thee as my people. And they hear thy words, but they do not do them.
He said they hear my words, but they do not do them. They hear my words, but they don't do them. So, it's a lot of people claiming that they know God. A lot of people claiming that they got a relationship with the Lord. What did the Lord say is having a relationship with him? The Lord said you got to get acquainted with him. You got to get acquainted with the Lord. Acquainted means get familiarized with him. You got to get familiar. You got to know him. So on, spend time, so on and so forth. So if you don't know what the Lord like, what the Lord name is, what the Lord requires of you, what we ought to do, right? The things that make the Lord angry, right? That's just like a relationship. If you're in a relationship with a woman or vice versa, right? You gotta know what your partner like and what they don't like. Or else it's just gonna be a repeat cycle of a bunch of stuff happening. Petty arguments, all this different stuff like that, all because we didn't take time out to figure out and get familiarized with your partner. Find out what they like, what they don't like, what tick them off, what's a pet peeve, all of these different things. The Lord got the same stuff. Right? Brother, take a flyer, King. Take a flyer. It's to learn about who you are. You believe in God?
God is like,
Yeah. Why you say it like that? You said, huh?
I said, I follow this little, I used to follow this little shit.
Oh, what you mean? Used to?
As far as just understanding what y'all concept is and who y'all is and what y'all do it for. Y'all are.
Okay, so what you think I want you to answer those questions. What conclusion did you come up with? did,
Y'all
Jordan.
like,
We used to do your scripts.
I'm not one for religion, just due to the fact that
Me neither.
just due to the fact of how society
For
has
sure.
created religion.
What they
far
turned
as,
it into.
What they turned it into. Religion was never supposed to be. But y'all studies, it's like it's kind of revolutionary in a way, because this is what I got. It's kind of revolutionary in a way due to the fact that for once in our life, out of all the bullshit that's in society to us, this one thing where we can all come together and we all are true to, all of our true calling. But I mean, you see a random black person walking down right now, he don't know nothing about what's going on. He don't know the truth. I mean, we suppressed in so many different ways, and I feel like, but you want enough to study or follow the Israelites, the true Israelites, should I say, is a form of growth, a form of maturity, a form of escaping suppression, because in reality, that's really what it's all for. At the end of the day, it's all for, we all for real life, escaping suppression, getting out of this box that we try to get, So,
That's 100%. And that will lead me to my next question, which is, because you use the word used to. Did you stop? Are you still kind of in tune? You kind of just level down? Like, what's the word?
So when I study different things like that, I don't like to trap myself in just that study. I can only take one of my classes right now is world civilization.
Are you in college?
College student. One of my classes is world civilization. With that, I'm interested in other cultures as well. So right now I'm reading a book. It's upon Chinese culture. It's called Ways to be a Samurai. And it's it's like the way of the samurai. That's what it's called. That's what I'm currently reading right now. So my mind, I ADHD bad. So I like trying to pick up as much knowledge as I can. And if, when I'm stuck on something, I don't try to move. Like, I'm not going to want to study something else. I'm not going to want to. I don't feel trapped. Just like Christianity.
Right.
I feel trapped in Christianity. In the Bible, Jesus, real life, traveled to Egypt. He traveled around the world, to pick up knowledge and gain knowledge. And I just feel like we got to do that.
I agree with everything you said for the most part. The only thing I would say is, I wouldn't say Christ traveled the world to gain knowledge. I would say he traveled the world to give knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Because he already had the knowledge, and he was. That's why the Lord said in John chapter 7, let's get that real fast, real quick for the family. I ain't gonna take up that time. I know y'all.
We say John chapter 7 verse 37.
Bring it out.
In the last day, that great day of the feast, Jesus stood and cried, saying, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said,
he that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said,
out of his belly,
he said, out of his belly, the belly is your mind. Right? The digesting, so on and so forth. Not in a literal sense, but in this sense, right? Go ahead.
Out of his belly shall flow rivers
Of living water.
That wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you need. So he said, if he believe on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly, as mind shall flow rivers of living water. And that water is the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding. And you continue to grow and gain in those different things. So the only thing I would say is, I know you said you learned, you kind of studied, some things about being a Hebrew Israelite, so on and so forth. Let me ask you this: what would you say your nationality or ethnicity is? Because you believe in God, right?
I don't.
You believe in a higher power?
I believe in a higher power.
Cool. With that higher power, or with it being the higher power, because that's the common ground we got, obviously. We both believe in a higher power. With that being said, what did the creator, the higher power, what do you think he named us? Because we obviously different. Not me and you different, but like nationwide.
I feel like that's where we go down the rabbit hole personally. Thinking that there's a name to it. I mean, even using the term name, even using that word carries so much weight. I feel like instead of using the word name to describe this, we use understanding. Like let's kind of change that and influence yours.
Now I get what you're saying. So with that being said, my next thing would just be, okay, so understand, instead of using name, okay, understanding. Understanding our people and our culture. What is it? Meaning, plainly, what's our heritage? The heritage, I would say, we believe that we've been detached from our heritage. See what I'm saying? Same reason why we keep, not us, obviously, or everybody, but majority, unfortunately, of our people keep 4th of July.
Right.
Even though in 1776 we were still in slavery. Harriet Tubman came in the 1800s. And we all know what she was famous for, freeing slaves. But yet, we still celebrate those things. Christmas. Christ wasn't even born in the wintertime.
Right.
And we celebrate Christmas. Right? Real quick, right after this point, then I got you. You feel me? New Year's, Thanksgiving, which is the slaughtering of our brethren. So like we cleave unto other people's heritage because we don't know our own. So I would ask you, like, what's the understanding of our heritage?
Are you asking about this point?
No. I'm asking, what is it? Because every, no matter like how deep you want to get into it, every nation on the earth has a heritage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The heritage is just made up of your language, the type of food you eat, clothes, apparel, how you act, how you treat, so on and so forth. So what's our heritage? Originally, not our heritage in 2025. But right now, if you ask about what our heritage is, it's going to be the holidays I named, cookouts, what is it, skinny jeans and rap?
Hip hop, yeah.
Like hip hop, sport, what is our heritage? Our original heritage. Like if you got a son, your son asks you, what's our heritage? You feel me? Where do we come from? Right? Is this our actual land? Or do we have a homeland? Did we once have a government? Because we always, like you spoke about, suppressed. Or at one point in time were not like that. Like these are the questions that we got to start kind of getting down to the bottom of.
Right.
So plainly, I know I said a lot. So plainly, I'm just asking, what's our heritage? Say that one time. So what language does come from that? Because remember, a heritage is about a culture. You know, it's about a culture. So you say lessons. So what does that consist of as far as the culture part? Heritage. That's what a heritage is. So basically, all I'm saying is, so all I'm saying is, cool, the outlook on things, freely thinking, so on and so forth. I wouldn't want somebody to be distracted. You know what I mean? But when we get down to the nitty gritty of things, you feel me? What's our homeland? What language do we speak? Because right now we speak in our enemy's language.
Right.
The people who conquered and oppressed us and colonized us. See, we right now we in a land that was stolen by our oppressors. And they took it to the point to where now we have to pay them to live here. Called property taxes, and so on and so forth. And not to mention, we in a land where we talked about earlier being suppressed. Like we get ready to talk about now, us being under subjection to a people, one, not native to this land. Two, did us wrong and stripped us of our heritage. So like these, like what do we get to? What's our language? Straight up and down, what's our original language?
We doing something wrong.
You said what came out of that?
We doing something wrong. Think about it. Over how many years have we been trying to figure it out? How many years have we been putting blame on similar to the same thing? I mean, after all of these years, we've seen no change. I mean, but we feel feel so deeply in our hearts that we're following the right path, realizing where we are, who we are, what they're doing to us. Maybe we're asking the wrong questions. Maybe we ask the wrong questions.
So real quick, and I hate to cut you off, but you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, and I'm trying to remember what you just said at the very beginning. As far as what was the very first thing you said when you spoke about? You said it before. You said there's no change.
Yes, I started off.
Yeah.
Okay, what you said right after that? Yeah, my bad. I should have. I was listening, but I was thinking about a lot too at the same time. That's on me. I'll take responsibility for that. But okay, cool. No change. So I think we're doing something wrong. I'll do that. Ask the wrong questions. So, oh no, that's what you said. You said we don't know. Right? You said we don't know what our we haven't. You said we haven't figured these things out. We have figured it out.
We have to walk on the bridge.
See what I'm saying? Like we understand. Not now. I don't know if you're speaking on a mass level or you speaking just in general. Period. We haven't figured it out, but we have figured it out. Like our original and natural language is the Hebrew tongue.
Right, right.
That's why you still got certain tribes of people that still hold dialects that break off from stuff in the Hebrew language. See what I'm saying? That's why over in this land you got some in New Mexico you got the Los Lunar Stone. You know the Los Lunar Stone, they got the Ten Commandments written on it in Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? Our ancient manuscripts from these different things written in what? Hebrew language. There was other languages as well, but that was our predominant language. So that's the answer. You see what I'm saying? And then obviously in the scriptures, right, of the apostles and the prophets and different things, they spoke the Hebrew language as far as where we from, right? Like I was just talking to some brothers earlier, right? We're not Western people, right? We in what they call the Western Hemisphere, right? We are from the other side. Even our thinking nowadays is a westernized mindset.
Right.
We don't have that easternized mindset anymore. Okay, we don't have that easternized mindset anymore. You see what I'm saying? We don't carry and hold true as a nation of people. Not individual, but as a nation of people hold true to those things. Right? But that's where our homeland is. Right? With many documents and many different geographical findings and things to be able to prove that we from over there. You see what I'm saying? Specifically the land of Israel. Right? So the language is Hebrew. The landmass, that's our homeland, is Israel. After that, all right, what's the name? What was the name of our prayer? What was the main worship of our people back then? Right? Did we believe in multiple gods? See what I'm saying? Did we believe in a pantheon, or were we monotheistic? So on and so forth. These are the questions that get to the root of what our heritage is, what our culture is, what our background is. But these answers is found in the Bible.
Right, right.
And they all come back to the so-called righteousness of the earth. You see what I'm saying? Like the Bible tells us, and I'm sure you probably know this from your study, but the Bible tells us, right, we was going to go into slavery on ships 3,000 years before it actually happened.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Told us about how we would have single-parent households before it actually happened. Told us that a nation was going to come and conquer us if we remain disobedient unto the Most High God. What happened? Lo and behold, we got conquered. Still being conquered. You see what I'm saying? So the answers is in the book. The questions is in the book as well. Right. You see what I'm saying? But when we shut, not saying you do this, but when we go away from it, or when we seek out other things, when I say seek out, I'm not talking about in the sense of just trying to learn about this or learn about that, but when we seek things to follow them, we separating ourselves from the power source. A lamp ain't got no light if it's unplugged.
Right, right.
So when we seek out these different things to follow it, right? Not to just learn and gain knowledge and say, all right, I can use this for this, this, and this. But we seek these things out to follow after it. We further away ourselves from the Most High, and that's what got us in this position in the first place. From separating ourselves from the power source, right? The higher power, right? Because do you believe in good energy or bad energy or karma, so on and so forth. What you put out, that's what you will get back, right? Go to Galatians give me Galatians chapter 6 verse 8.
But Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
It reads thus: For he that sowed to his flesh,
Or it's like 7.
verse 7, it says, Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth,
Whatever a man sows, whatever a man, or let's put it in modern day terms, whatever somebody puts out, Paul just saying, hey, whatever a man sows, that's just an H way to say the exact same thing, reap.
that shall he also
He
reap.
said, that shall he also reap, meaning that's what he gonna get back. That was taught in the scriptures. That was taught in the Bible. So obviously there's something. You said you believe in that. Obviously we on common knowledge with that as far as it being a higher power. So obviously something's being orchestrated. Something is orchestrating things. You see what I'm saying? Whether you call it the universe, whether you call it a higher power, whether you call it God, whatever the case may be, something's doing something. We can agree on that, right? So the question will become, why in the world did this only happen to our people? Born into slavery on ships, and so on and so forth. How come that only happened to us, and not the other nations? Come down to because what in the book of Amos 3.
Book of Amos.
Right, what's the reasoning that we just got destroyed? Is it just we just got destroyed in this thing? Is that just like us? That's sometimes that's how the dice roll, or like it's simple people?
Book of Amos chapter 3 verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you.
Right, he said that the Lord has spoken against you, read.
O children of Israel,
Right, the Israelites, go ahead.
against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known.
He said, you only have I known. Now, is this saying the Lord literally don't know he's gonna not? When you read Ezekiel chapter 18 and 3, the Lord said, all souls are mine. And that's true. But when he says, you only have I known, he said that because in the book of Exodus, we're the only ones that receive the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
So guess what? We're the ones that get held accountable.
Right.
Just like if you got a sibling, right? And pops or moms, they say, and you the oldest, and they say, hey, Trey, don't go over there. And you got your little sibling with you. You're like, all right. And then she end up pulling up, or she find out that y'all went over there. Who gonna get punished for this? You. Why? Because you were the one that was told. So you got to be held accountable. You're the one in charge, so on and so forth. Finish that.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
He said, so I'm going to punish you for your iniquities. Why? Because we was told what to do and what not to do. And we didn't do that as a people. But we wanted to go into other things. So it's simple, like the questions that you ask as far as, or not the questions that you ask, but as far as saying like, we're not doing something right. You're right, we're not doing something right. That's coming back to the Most High God, coming back to the higher power and serving them in sincerity and truth.
Right.
Right? Because we can say, oh, we went into slavery because we didn't have the proper weapons and different things that we needed, or we got tricked. Well, hold on, I thought we was the smartest and the most intelligent, the most spiritual, and the strongest people on earth. How we get tricked out of our position? By a base nation, so to speak. Right? But that's called divine intervention. Like we talked about, that's called something else is up there orchestrated. Right? And that comes down to the Most High God. Right? And through our disobedience, right? We did the disciplinary action for us. This is discipline for us. Why do I say this discipline for? Well, you agree. You already said it's we suppressed as people and so on and so forth. Right? So we got to get back to our heritage. Essentially, that's what we believe is the answer. Is get back to our heritage. I'm patiently waiting for our king to come back. To get us out of the situation. Not to be long with the king, but we got a question or wanted to speak on anything like that. For sure. But nah, check the YouTube out. You see, you feel me what I'm saying? And just try to, I know you doing your thing with your studies and all that different stuff, but I would encourage you to kind of just look into it. learn. See the grasp. What's going on, family?
Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
How you doing? We doing all right. I got you too, kid. I got a quick question for y'all, if y'all don't mind. What nation would y'all say y'all come from? Right? Would y'all be African American, Black, West Indian, Jamaican, Haitian, so on and so forth? What would you say your nationality or your ethnicity is? Black. Okay. What about you, King? You said black?
Nah, this is for you too.
Okay. So, y'all believe in a higher power? Y'all believe in God, Jesus Christ? Ooh, perfect. So, with that being said, when it comes to our names and what we call, who do you think gave us those terms? Did God call us Black, African American, Negro? Okay. Do you find African American or Black or these different terms in the Bible as far as the nation and nationality? Okay. So who are we then in the Bible? Children of God, right? Children of God. Right. I agree 100%. But, like I always tell people, when you have a child, what's one of the first things you do? Right, so what's our name? What did God name his children? Right? Give me Isaiah chapter 45 and verse let's see what God said. Right? Because we love to say we God's children and we believe that. You see what I'm saying? We know that. Right? We stand on it, but what's the name he gave to us?
Good question.
We don't even walk around saying child, son. Now we talk about it, especially when we get mad at our kids. We call them by their whole name, full name.
Right.
Right? So what's the name of the Most High God gave us, right?
Because Isaiah chapter 45 verse 4.
Bring it out.
For Jacob my servant's sake.
For Jacob my servant said, read.
In
Israel mine elect.
He said in Israel my elect. What does the word elect mean? Right. Chosen. So he said in Israel my elect, my chosen. Read.
It says, Israel my elect, I even called thee by thy name. It says, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect,
Right.
I even called thee by thy name.
He said, I even called you by your name. So God gave his children a name. You see what I'm saying? Read.
I have surnamed thee,
He said, I surnamed you for what?
though thou hast not known me.
Thou hast not known me. So a lot of our people, we believe in God, we love God, so on and so forth. Do we really know the Lord though? Like, do we know his name? Do we know what he's like, what he don't like, how to follow him, how to pray to him, so on and so forth? These are the things that we got to be more acquainted with as people. But to stay on topic, what was the name that he gave to his children? Jacob? You said what? What you say, King? Right, he said Israel my elect. Right? Meaning what? Israel is chosen. He said, I even called thee by thy name. Right? So what's the name that he called his chosen, his children? Israelites.
Right.
Right? So now the question becomes, okay, we say we're a child of God, so on and so forth. God said, my chosen people, obviously, I got to know them. Right? He called them the Israelites. So when we read the Bible, what nation do we come from? You said, huh? You said, am I thinking of Israelites? Well, it's not necessarily about what I think, but
A holy nation.
holy nation? Okay.
Holy nation. Yeah.
Right? What's the name of that holy nation?
Christ.
Christ, the nation?
I mean, no.
Nah, you good. But what's the name of that holy nation? Did he call all nations holy, or did he call a specific nation holy?
Right.
So, do y'all believe that when y'all read in the scriptures that we are the Israelites? Okay, what led y'all to that line of
God
thinking?
said we're a holy nation. And you saying it's the Israelites.
Let me show y'all one scripture. Right, one scripture. I just want to read this to y'all.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
Right, it said the Lord shall bring them to Egypt. This is Moses speaking to the Israelites when they to the wilderness. He said, the Lord shall bring me into Egypt. The word Egypt, I'll make Egypt for y'all. Well, y'all ever heard the term I've been working like a Hebrew slave? Right. Because what was the Israelites doing when they was in Egypt? It was a slavery. So the Lord is basically telling them, what you was just doing, you keep playing with me, y'all gonna be doing that again. Right? He said y'all gonna be doing that again. Right? It's not talking about literally going back to the landmass of Egypt, but rather, y'all gonna be in that state of the what? Affliction. Right? Let's read on.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt
Bondage, slavery, captivity.
again.
How did we get to America? How did our people get here? Yeah. How did we get to this landmass? Was we always over here? How did we get over here? Then we get taken. Who did we get taken from? Did we go into slavery? To who? Yeah, a lot of nations put us in slavery, right? But the point is, y'all heard of the transatlantic slave trade, right? The transatlantic slave trade. So the transatlantic slave trade or the trade route which all oppressors took us, from Sister Salt. That's how we ended up on this soil right here. We wasn't always here. We from the other side of the earth. Right? We're not a westernized people. Right? We're an eastern citizen. Right? But we got taken into slavery on ships and brought to this land. Right? That's how we got over here in the first place. Right? So with that being said, don't everybody say we from Africa? Right, so if people believe that, then the way in which we got over here has to be ships. Right? Then we should definitely ain't swim over here. Right? We ain't fly over here, we got to take it to the slave ship. Right, so let's read that one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt.
The Lord shall bring thee to bondage, slavery, captivity. Go ahead.
Again,
Read.
the ship.
He said the ship. So this is Moses telling the Israelites, don't hearken, don't listen to the voice, you're going to bring you back into slavery on ships. But the ships this time. Yeah, all nations going to slavery on ships. The East Indian man going to slavery on ships. What about the Arab man? What about the Chinese man? What about the so-called white man? Did we go into slavery on ships? Right, so with that being said, what does that mean then? Right? So what does that mean then? Right? It's all good. So what does that mean? That means what? We come from that people. See what I'm saying? Because this is Moses telling them that what? They're going to go to slavery on ships. Our ancestors, that happened to them, right?
You're going to take it a while.
That happened to them, right? So that would make us what? A direct descendant of the who? Israelites. We are part of the slavery. We're a product of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. We're an actual living product of that. Unfortunately. Right? But that's one of the ways of how we know, out of many ways, that's one of the ways of how we know we are Israelites. Because that don't fit everybody on the earth. Right? The East Indian man can't read this and say that's talking about him. The Arab man can't read Deuteronomy 28:68 and say that that's talking about them. Right? No nation except so-called Baptist Native Americans can read this and say that's talking about my people.
Right.
So, as I said, that's one of the ways how we know we would be the Israelites according to the Bible. Right? That's a prophecy. Well, it was a prophecy, now it's history because what? It actually happened. Correct? So, with that being said, then, are we black people? That's what they call us. You're right. I know what you're saying. Right, but they call us black people, right? We ain't the color of your shirt. We all different shades of brown. See what I'm saying? We can't speak the language black. We can't go to a landmass called black, so on and so forth. African American, Jesse Jackson came up with that just for political reasons. right? But we don't come from two white men named African American. That's where that's where those terms come from. So with all these things being said, right? What did God promise? Right. These people, the Israelites. So then, what's required of us being the Israelites? What did God require of his people? You know what I mean? And that's unfortunately, that's a big one that we got to get